Patrick McCormack. Turning and turning in the widening gyre, the falcon cannot hear the falconer. Things fall apart, the centre cannot hold. Mere anarchy is loosed upon the world, the blood-brimmed tide is loosed, and everywhere the ceremony of innocence is drowned. Surely some revelation is at hand. Surely the second coming is at hand. Those were words of Yeats in 1918, where the poet was concerned about the centre of society. I think over the last number of years, we have watched, not alone in Ireland but across the world, our institutions losing their credibility. And in a way that might not be a bad thing, because it is time for a new conversation from the centre. And it is so important, that we nurture that point of engagement between each of us as human beings, in our communities, and with the natural landscape. Because the land and the earth is our very future. All generations depend on it. Life on the planet for our children can be harmonious and glorious. But if we continue to be ecologically distracted, it will be horrendous and dire. There was a story told one time about Fionn McCool and the Fenians, Fionn McCool and the band of warriors that travelled across Ireland. And once upon a time, they sat down at a campfire, and a conversation arose as to what was the most beautiful sound. And as each warrior gave his opinion, the first warrior said he felt the most beautiful sound was the song of the skylark. The next warrior said it was the song of the blackbird. The next warrior said it was the sound of the ocean. Someone else said it was the bellow of the stag in the autumn. And when it came to Fionn McCool, he thought for a while. And he said, the most beautiful sound, he said, is the music of what happens. And the music of what happens in Ireland, our long story on the island, our relationship with the mountains and the rivers, that long story, the ancestral song, the path woven by our ancestors, that is still the deepest certainty. That is still the solid foundation. And to go through life without knowing that is fatal. Mary Oliver, the wonderful North American poet, wrote a wonderful poem called The Wild Geese. And here she shows the generosity of the artist. Down through the years, the musicians, the painters, the artists has given us the staff of life. And here the poet offers us, invites us to the pulse of nature. And she said, first line, you do not have to be good. Anyone born and grew up in the 50s and 60s, that line alone, there's a certain freedom about it. She said, you do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body loves what it loves. Tell me about despair yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of rain are moving across the landscape. Over the prairies and the deep trees, the rivers and the mountains. Meanwhile, high in the clear blue air, the wild geese are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. Thank you.